Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden. Today is Monday, August 11th, and it's about 60 degrees outside. It's 8:35 and the temperature is just delicious. I'm going to start in the main garden today to see what needs to be tied up. These determinate, let's see what they're called. Early red chief tomatoes need to be tied up and staked up. I just planted them all in the same pot because I needed to save them. They were getting too root bound and too dry and upset, so here they are in a nice big pot of their own with lots of room. I'll probably have to separate them later. But every time you separate them or transplant them, then you put them behind another week or two. I've done the same here with chocolate sprinkles and over there, the Big Hill determinate. I have an Abe Lincoln growing here, 2 beefy purples. Here's another chocolate sprinkles, and this is the blue cream berries from Wild Boar Farms. So I don't know if they will produce or not, but we're going to try. Have some more blackberries to pick. Still waiting on these German butterball potatoes, which I don't know. Maybe they just don't have enough room. And of course the peppers are seriously far behind, but they do that to me every year and maybe start producing and maturing in September, which is crazy. Beautiful, beautiful green lush garden. Now I have this cabbage here, and I think that's as big as it's going to get. I've got to wait for a day that I have time, but I'm going to take it in, chop it up, and make some sauerkraut out of this one. It's just a real beauty. The ground cherries are getting mature. I don't know if you've ever seen one. This is what they look like. When they get lighter like this is when they're ready to open up. This one's still a little green, but that's what they look like. I'm not crazy about the taste or the texture, but one of my daughter-in-laws really likes them, and I'm glad for that. And when I feel guilty about not using them, I have combined them with strawberries and made jam, so they don't go to waste. They're interesting little things. I don't know, I think they're a good thing to have in the garden. My strawberries look very good. I have been fertilizing them, watering them, really trying to take care of them. But on this particular part of the green stalk planter, I have not seen any ripen at all. In fact, no berries. But over here, there's been a couple of them. Look at this. To me, that is a treasure. And the taste is incredible. That is a strawberry. For whatever reason, this planter is growing better than the other one. The bok choy has gone to seed, so it's time to pull it out. I'll just tap the dirt off the roots and toss them into the compost, and then I can see the berries better. It'll make more room for them. The lettuce is also bolting over here, so it's time to take that out and plant something new. I don't know if you remember the other day that I planted 2 habanada peppers there and a Marketmore cucumber there. I thought I might as well use the space in here with my rhubarb. I stuck this plant, it's a brassica, in here. I think this is I have 2 of them. I think these are broccolis. And I had done the same over here, but they're being taken over by nasturtiums. Look at that. Just about time to take that broccoli crown in. That's beautiful. My poor habanadas are trying so hard, but they are so behind. Even if I get a few of them, I'll be very glad, because I like to use them in my salsa, my peach salsa. Right now we have peaches coming on like crazy. So I don't have very many tomatoes. Could I make some peach salsa? I might be able to scrape enough together for one batch. The sweet potatoes look great, but will they bear anything this year? It's getting pretty far along in the season, and it's very possible that they won't. This has definitely been a different year. Things seem to be behind. We will just have to take what we get. And this beautiful light Armenian cucumber plant is doing beautifully. The volunteer cucumber plant is going crazy. We're just going to let it go. Some of the other things in this bed are perking up. I don't know how much we're going to get, but like I say, we've got 2 more months. I think we can do it. Oh, another broccoli. Beautiful. The chocolate sprinkles plant is growing very well. Needs to be tied up again. And it looks like the Sweet 100s are producing a few right down there. This is the back part of the Sweet 100 plant. Here's the chocolate sprinkles plant from the other side. I see I have some to harvest, which is a good thing because my tomatoes out in the pasture garden are just not doing great. I've got to give them 2 more months. We're going to be able to get some. This delightful craziness is the sun gold cherry plant and rattlesnake beans and scarlet runner beans. So it's quite an interesting conglomeration. It looks like I've got a pest really going to town in here. Time to get out some neem oil or something else to treat it. But look at this. What a beauty. Those are the best tasting tomatoes in the entire world. I love my chocolate sprinkles, but man, I think these beat them. Hard to say. Rattlesnake beans are ready right here. They're very beautiful. It's a lovely handful. Hi, Mr. Smudge. How are you today? Are you a good boy? Smudgy. Oh, goodness. Hello. The sweet banana pepper plant that I grew from seed is doing very well. I'm not very familiar with her growing habits. If that looks done to you, please let me know in the comment section. Last time I picked one off, it really wasn't that sweet. So I don't know how long to leave them. I need to cut back the ground cherry. It's going a little crazy here. Getting in the way of the Clancy potatoes and the Swiss chard. Feels much better. They just get out of hand so quickly. I have reduced this probably more than a half. Here's what I've taken off. I'm going to set them somewhere where they can stay dry and see if any of these ground cherries mature. So there's a lot more airflow here and things look and feel a lot better. The Clancy potato will have more sun, more air, and more nutrition to grow better. I picked all of these beans on Saturday and they're back. These beans are harder for me to find a use for other than boiling them or cooking them in the oven. I don't think you could ever can them or freeze them or anything like that. They're not as tasty as a regular green bean, but I do love the way that they grow so quickly. And they fill up this hoop beautifully. So for that reason, I'll probably keep growing them. I need to remember to leave some of them and let them go to seed and get all dry so I can save them for next year's seed. It's time to pick more cucumbers. It's only been 2 days. But I can see many, many of them that have grown big already. Wow. I better hurry up and get them off there before they grow another 1.5 feet. This cucumber wall is turning out to be everything I hoped. Lots and lots of cucumbers. I made 5 pints the other day. Actually, I made 6 and one of the jars broke, which is very upsetting, but it happens. Don't forget to have all of your ingredients hot, even the pickles, when you're using the hot pack method. Yes, it's very distressing. It's messy, and it's a little discouraging. You can't let it stop you from growing and pickling your own cucumbers. So I'm hoping to get at least 6 more quart jars of pickles made before this season is over. That's a nice little harvest for today. Our county fair starts this weekend, and throughout the week people enter different categories. I was considering putting some things in, but it's a commitment and takes a lot of energy, and you have to get things uniform and just so I don't know if I want to jump through all those hoops in order to enter some things into the fair. I've done it maybe 3 or 4 years in the past when my kids were putting things in. Up where I'm from in the mountains, I participated in that county fair for years and years and years. I started 4-H when I was 8, and my last year was when I turned 18. I took sheep and horses for 10 years. I really enjoyed being in the 4-H program. And as an adult, I took things in the fair because the fair is so small that they just loved anybody who would come and participate and enter things. So I'll have to try to decide whether I want to go to all the time and effort to put things in the fair. So it's time to get on to the next thing and pick some beans. But first I'm going to swing my chair around here to the other side of the cattle panel hoop and see if I have any cucumbers over here that are hiding. This side has not been 1/10 as productive as the other side. I've gotten about 3 muncher cucumbers off. Oh, there's one right there. Look at that beauty. These are so good to eat. They have many, many little prickles on there, but once you get those washed off and wiped off, then it's such a crisp and delicious cucumber. I'm very pleased with these. They're called muncher cucumbers, and then there's another variety called Marketmore that's kind of similar. Here's a pickling cucumber. So that was it. 2 cucumbers on this whole thing. Wait a minute. One more pickling cucumber. I'm over here by the top crop beans, and there's a lot of pretty ones. I really want to pickle some beans this year and some onions, whether they're purple or white. That is my goal this year. We'll see if I achieve it. I spy some Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes and some 42-day tomatoes. These are just a little bit bigger than your typical cherry tomatoes. Maybe you could call them the saladette size. Maybe they're not quite big enough for that. Unfortunately, these turned out to be flat Italian beans. It's not what I wanted here. I don't have all my seeds divided and properly labeled, but I'm going to look at it as pretty greenery, and it's climbing up on the fence. So yeah, that's okay. Also, this huge thing turned out to be a flat Italian bean too. So it is taking over my chocolate sprinkles plant, and we can't have that. So I think I might either have to trim this down or take it out altogether. The red zinnias are looking incredibly beautiful, and so are the pink ones. Oh, there's an orange one in there. This has been a very lovely morning in the garden. a good way to start the week. I'm going to enjoy every day that I have out in the garden and in the sunshine. It makes a very big difference to me in how I feel. Even when the frost season comes in the fall and then we have winter, I'm going to try really hard to get outside and try to soak up some of this vitamin D. I know that it will make me feel a lot better. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little garden tour with me at the beginning of the week. There's a lot of things to look forward to and to enjoy and to appreciate. Some things are just growing crazily. My tomatoes, however, are not, and I'm going to love and accept and appreciate the ones that I do get this year. I still have blackberries growing, and the beans and the cucumbers are very happy and vigorous. These tomatoes here, the Thorbird's Terracotta, the Sweet 100, and I do have sun gold cherries there, and the chocolate sprinkles tomatoes are very happy. So even if I don't get many out there in the pasture garden, I'll have lots here. I hope you guys are finding your gardens are growing well, and that your days in your gardens are very enjoyable, that you're soaking up the sun, enjoying the things that you harvest out of your garden, and just the overall benefits that our gardens bring to us. Thanks for stopping by today. Have a really great day, and we'll see you on the next video.